relationship with Muddy Waters. You produced some of his later albums in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
He called you his adopted son. How did all that come about?
I'd known Muddy for a long time, and his manager just called my manager and asked if I'd be willing to produce and play on Muddy's stuff, and I said, of course, I'd love to. You know.
What was it about his sound that made him different from the other guys?
Well, Muddy was just great. He was a real gentleman, had a great voice.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've been recording for 40 years now. Your first album was 1969. What do you know now that you didn't know then?
The record was 1960.
Okay, what was that?
School Day Blues and You Know I Love You.
Okay.
We made that in Beaumont.
Were you about 15?
Yeah, I was 15 years old.
And what do you know now that you didn't know then?
A lot. Oh, a whole lot.
Are you still finding things about the guitar that you can do differently these
Yeah,
days?
definitely. Yeah, I keep learning all the time.
Well, now the industry side of the music industry is always trying to homogenize the music and make it more easy listening so they can sell more of it to the masses. Yeah. Has there been pressure on you throughout your career to commercialize your sound?
When I was with Johnny Winter we wasn't really doing exactly what I wanted to do. My manager just convinced me that I had to branch out and do a little rock stuff too, and I wasn't really very happy doing that.
And primarily, what's the difference between the rock and the blues? Because when you play the rock, it sounds a lot like the blues.
Oh yeah, it's real close.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Muddy said, the blues had a baby and it ended rock and roll. You know?
Amen. Now, a lot of musicians have fond memories of terrible gigs that were a nightmare at the time, but over the years have become laughable. Do you remember any particular hell gigs throughout your career?
Oh, I remember the worst gig we ever played I was on acid in Philadelphia, and there was a revolving stage. Oh, I'd go away from the mic and wouldn't be able to find the mic again. That was just horrible. I'd never forget that gig.
Well, that's a warning to the kids out there. If you're going to do acid, make sure you're not playing on a revolving stage.
No kidding.
That's crazy.
Good acid is not a good thing to do before you play anyway.
Let's say you're teaching a class, Blues Appreciation, Blues 101. What is going to be required listening for the class?
Oh, Muddy, Robert Johnson, Son House, B.B. King, T-Bone Walker, Little Walter, definitely.
Okay.
Lightning Hopkins.
Any of the new guys?
There's some pretty good new guys. I like Magic Slim and the Teardrops a whole lot. And what's this guy? Derek Trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Real good. Little Ed and Blues Imperials sometimes are pretty good.
What about Johnny Winter? Would you say you got to listen to this?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
oh,
that
yeah,
guy's good.
definitely. Hi, this is Johnny Winter, and listening to Psycho Babble. You must really have the blues.